Welcome to this DDS basic GIMP tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to do some of the basics of GIMP. This includes adding text to an image, adding color to an image, drawing on an image, and adding other pictures to an image, adding other images to an image. To start off with, GIMP's a free photo/image software. It's available online. You have to download it, of course, but this is very useful for like creating projects for a class, like let's say ENC 2135. If you need an idea for one of the 3 projects at the end of the course, or 3 different genres at the end of the course, this can easily help you create one of those genres. But other than that, oh yeah, and the version of GIMP I have on my video here is 2 versions newer than the one in the DDS, the version in the DDS. So if you want to use one like mine, you can simply just download it for yourself. But yeah, start off with just go to File and upload any image you desire to edit. And I'm going to show you an example of what you can do in GIMP here. You can also click Control O, and they'll also open the file window. For some reason you can't see that window on my recording. I don't really know why, but I tried to make it work, but yeah. So this is like an example of something you can do in GIMP. Now of course I'm just talking about the image in this image. The text, I added the text by using Adobe Spark. But yeah, this GIMP's very useful for creating like a background image, like let's say like a poster. It's very good for using that. You can also add text to the image directly, and I'll get to that later in this video. But yeah, to start off with, I'll show you how to add some color to an image. This is a unedited version of the image I had before. It's, as you can tell, it's very bland and unoriginal. I mean, I downloaded this image straight from Google Images, and I used a white flag because we're going to add color to that flag. So to add some color to that flag, we're going to open the flag that we want to use for that flag there. So this is as you can tell, this is very large, the flag I have here. So we're going to go here to Scale tool. We're going to get that flag a little bit smaller. Simply do that. You're just going to drag down on the photo. You're going to want to keep the center of the photo in the frame. But yeah, once you do that and get it down to the size you want, so there will do. Once you get to the size you want, simply go up here and click the Scale tool, and that will set the image to the way you want it. So now we want to get the color of the flag onto our flag there. So to do this, we'll go to the Color Picker tool, which is up here. Click on that. Simply go to the image. Well, we have to go back to our, and then we'll, obviously you have to, yeah, it'll change the color of that black there. And you can easily revert it by clicking on the black and white there in the corner. If you want the white to be red, you can just simply click on the white and it'll turn red. This is useful for like coloring over anything you might accidentally color over while you're doing the image. Coloring over the image, but yeah. Let's say that's good for now. So we'll simply go to the Select by Color tool, which is here. Then you'll want to go back to your original image, select that select that image that you opened originally, and you'll want to zoom in on the area of the image you want to color in. You'll do that by simply clicking the zoom tool and by left clicking in the area of the image you want to zoom in on. Once you do that, simply click the Select by Color tool, and you'll have all the areas of white, all the areas that are the same color of the area you selected. You'll have all those areas selected, and only those areas will be colored in. The areas outside of those areas will not be colored in. This is useful for coloring it, which we'll do here in a moment. So further zoom in on the image to get a clear, perspective of the image. Simply click the pencil tool and begin to color in the image. Now this is this has to be done, extremely tedious to do this. These other areas outside of the image are selected. You might get outside the image if you do that. Just simply right click on the image, go down to edit, and just simply click undo, and you'll be able to see it when you do it. But yeah, so once you get the area that you got outside the image that you want to color, once you have that undone, just simply color in the rest of the image. Just do your best not to color outside of the area of the image. Yeah, you have selected. This might take some time as the image it's not it's not exactly perfect in its selection, but yeah, and it's okay to color it in the areas where it's not selected. It's fine to color outside of those areas because it only colors in the areas that are selected. And that's all the white in this image. So once you have the outline of the area you want to color, once you have all that area colored in, we'll simply want to go back and recolor over it. And now double that layer up. Once you have that done, simply go and adjust the size of the area that's covered by the pencil tool. You can adjust the size by either typing in that box there, typing the size of the area you want to color, or by simply clicking the up and down arrow. Yeah, be very careful not to color outside of the area of the image you want to color. So for this video, it's the flag. So once you've adjusted the size of the pencil, simply finish coloring in the area you have there. Just try to do your best. Notice how some areas of the flag aren't being colored in. This is not good. We can easily go back and change this. Before we do, just simply make sure you have all the areas that you can colored in. Just be very careful with doing so. Yeah, it looks about good. So notice how you can't color in anything else in the image. So once you're completely finished coloring the area you want, just simply go and hit the select tool, right click, hit the select, and click select none. Now I'll move all the selected areas, so now you can freely color on any area within the image. You just simply color in the areas that you were not able to color in before. Just be very careful to color when you're coloring it in. If you need to adjust the size of the pencil tool, you can easily do so. But yeah, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but as long as it's fairly close, it should be good enough. And it's okay if it gets outside of the image a little bit. And yeah, I'd recommend using the pencil tool because it colors in the image far better than the paintbrush tool, which is the tool right next to it on the right. But yeah. So once you have your image fully colored in, the area of the image you want fully colored in, simply go back to the zoom tool zoom out by simply left clicking on the same area of the image you zoomed into. Simply adjust your field of view by clicking the bars on the left and right of your image. Oh boy, almost fell there. But yeah, once you have that done, simply look back at the image you're trying to replicate onto your image. Notice how one area of the image you can't really incorporate that onto the fly because it's very that'd be very hard to draw on that flag there. So simply upload the version of the flag on another. Simply upload it as its own separate image. You're going to go to scale or the crop tool. Simply select the area of the image that you want to copy onto the other image. So simply just click on the image to cut out the rest of the image. You're just going to click copy. Then you're going to open another layer onto this image. So you're simply going to go and create a new layer. Just right click in the area there and just click new layer. So yeah, once you do this, just simply click paste on the new layer and your new image will be pasted. Simply click the eyeball there on the right, in that box there, and then I'll get rid of the image we had before. And simply go back to the scale tool and adjust the size of the image you just copied from the other image you had open. Simply move it right there on the image. And then once you have it, so you might need to zoom in to adjust it just the way you want it. I apologize for my my lack of commentary here, but yeah. So once you get it into the area you want it in, simply go down. Yeah, once you have it there in the area you want it, simply go down and click the green anchor there at the bottom of the screen. Now it will secure that layer to the image you have opened. So the selection will go away and you can freely edit the rest of the image. And then just zoom out to view the rest of the photo. That doesn't look half bad. So once you have that done, you might be asking yourself what else you can add to the image. So this image looks like it could use a spacecraft in the corner. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to upload as a layer a image of a spacecraft. So now notice how this one's too big as well. So you're simply just going to drag to the right to make this smaller. If the center goes off the screen, you can simply just drag up to the left and I'll get the center back on the screen. But yeah, notice how this image, it's a very large image. So that might take some time to get it down to the size you want. So once you have your image to the size you want, which it looks about good, simply drag it to the area of the image you want to place it in. And you can only hit the center of that image. That's the only way to move it directly. Once you have it to that area of the photo you want it, simply hit the scale tool. And I'll automatically anchor it to the area. And just adjust it with the move tool if you need to. So it looks about good. Notice how if you want the orientation to be different if you want the orientation of that spacecraft to be different, you can simply hit the flip tool and just left click on the image and it will flip that image around left and right. So let's just say that orientation's good enough. So let's leave it there. Now, Once this image is the way you want it, you simply go to this, blur tool. You can try to edge out some of the difference between the background of the image and the image you have opened here. The basic image. Notice how that really didn't do anything. So you might be asking yourself, well, what can I do to help the image I just added to my image? How can I help that to blend in with the image? You're just going to simply go to color picker tool and select the color of the background of that space there. And you're just going to do what you did with the flag pretty much, or with the area of the image you wanted color over. You're simply going to go and hit the brush tool there. You're just going to color in. We'll actually select the image itself, that layer, and just color it in as so. And notice how it changes it to the exact same color of the background of the image. This greatly helps it to blend in, sort of, so it doesn't really stand out. Helps it to look more of a natural part of the image itself. And zoom in if you need to, of course. And you can always adjust the size of the pencil if need be. Notice how the airbrush tool really doesn't do much anything on this image. Like, yeah, it does not do anything. So that's the reason why you really want to use the pencil tool whenever you're coloring over an image. Just always use that pencil tool if you want a sharp, like, color change within the image. As it does, by far, it does the best job with coloring over any area of an image that you want. You can also color out any other blemishes that might be in the image. But yeah, just try to get as much of the area as you can around the image. And I would not suggest using the select by color tool here, because you might accidentally color over your image, and that would not be good. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, as long as you get enough of that background color out of the image, it's hardly noticeable when you zoom out. Simply scale around the image and make sure you have everything colored in. So, if you need to make the size of the pencil smaller, you can do so. That looks good enough. So, I mean, it makes the background's the same shape and nearly the same size as that image. Yeah, so notice how well it blends in with the background. So it looks good. So let's just say you want to add something else to this image that you're not really satisfied enough with what you have there. So you're pretty much gonna get up here to the file tool, or no. What else could you do here? Oh yes, you're gonna upload another image. So this is an image that has no background. It's something that can just add some like detail and texture, to your image. But yeah, once you have that done, just simply size it to the way you want it and drag it to the area of the image that you want to place it on. This is not adding text, by the way. This is just another image. Just to add some like spice to the photo, because obviously you want that A. And this is just a further example of how to add an image to an image. And always cite your sources, please. Do not cite your sources. Yeah, once you have that image moved to the area of the image you want it, just simply back out. Looks good enough. Yeah, so once you have that portion finalized, Might be asking yourself, well, what else can I do here? Go up to, if you want to add like a shape to the image, you can simply click either the box or the ellipse tool, and that will pretty much allow you to color in any area of the image you want to, or to add an image to an image. You can add an image in there, although I would not recommend it. So yeah, once you have that area finalized, simply right click on the interior of the circle or the square, and you can go down and click fill with, and it'll have either the white or the black or whatever color you have in those two boxes there. You can that's one way to color it in. I'll also show you another way. Yeah, and I mean, this is just another way to add more spice to the image. So another way to color this image in, so let's simply undo this. So you can get over here to this bucket tool, and you can click the foreground color fill, and that will fill in the circle as well. That's a simpler way of filling that circle in. So once you have the circle or the shape the way you want it, you can simply unselect that, and if you want to change it too, if you want to change the color of the box there, you can simply click on the white or the black, and it'll show you like a color, like a whole like color array. You can simply click any color you want, and if the color you want's not on there, you can simply drag a few of the colors, and you'll be able to get the color you want. Might take some time, but I mean, yeah. I'm sorry you can't see it. It's really not sure why my computer's doing this. But yeah, once you have that circle or like whatever shape of the image you want, once you have that color finalized, you might be asking yourself, well, what else can I do with this? I might use text here. Oh yeah, I think we will. So, to add text to an image, you simply want to click on the text tool, and you want to make the size of the text box about the size of the font you have. So notice how my font's too big here. You simply adjust the size of the font by clicking the down arrow or the up arrow on that size box there. You can also change the font you want by clicking on that font, that text next to the font tool in the white box. But yeah, and your text also depends on the color that you have selected up above your text tool there in those two boxes. So notice how I have white selected, so my text will be white here. And yeah, notice how my font is pretty much the exact same size as my text box. So to adjust the area of where your text is in the image, you can simply click on next to justify. You can simply click any of those four areas. I click center, so that centers my text in the text box. We can simply add more text if we want to, and this will allow for more space almost on both sides of the text. This is like a photo example. Notice how that text is being hidden under some of the image that we've colored over. Now to solve this problem, you can either move the text over, which might work here. I don't think so. Oh, yeah, that's the wrong one. Uh-oh. You can either, yeah, you can't really select. I'm not sure why I did this, but you can't really do that because you colored the area around that image, and moving that image is just going to move the image into the area you already colored. So to get around this problem, you either want to move the image, or you're either going to want to move the text over some, which that obviously didn't work here. You can't move the background image either, that's not going to work. So with some of your options limited, you're going to move to the, you're going to want to pretty much do what you did before, and you're going to want to hit that select, or well, you're going to want to zoom into the image first. So once you have that image, once you have the area of the image you want zoomed into, you can simply click the, hold on. Yeah, you can simply click the erase tool. Huh, that doesn't work either. So, obviously I don't know, you're going to go down here to the background image. Huh, well actually no. It's not what you want to do. You want to simply want to do what you did before. That'll fix the problem. Or no, erasing it did fix the problem. That looks funny. Okay, so once you have that sorted out, let's say you want to make that white circle there seem like a perspective tool, or perspective clone. I guess I can help you with like orientating the image to the way you want it. Like you can make the image look like slanted and like really weird. Yeah, I really wouldn't recommend moving it, but yeah, let's say you want to make that yellow or white circle there. You want to make it look like a comment. So you're pretty much gonna go to the, not that, or yeah, you're pretty much gonna go to the perspective tool. You just want to drag the image down to the right. Dragging it to the left makes it go the other way. Makes it stick out of the image, and you want it to like look like it's going into the image. Like, because you want it to have like a tail, sort of. So once you have that done, simply move it around. Yeah, so you can always extend the front some if you need to as well. Now this looks good. Once you have this done, you might need to anchor it to the image like we did with that symbol for the flag there. Simply click the green anchor tool again, and that selection will go away. So this is pretty much it's pretty much it for the most part, because like your image, it's pretty full at this point. This is probably enough for like a poster, sort of say. There's not much more you can add to it. Now if you want to make like some layers look like they're underneath other layers, you can simply move them around and they'll disappear from view. That one didn't for some reason, but like, yeah, I noticed the flag did. Oh wait, no, come on. Oh yeah. I figured out solve this problem here. You're gonna wanna hit the erase tool. Simply gonna wanna erase. Huh. Actually, no, it might not be a problem with that. Oh, actually, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so just want to hit the erase tool, and that's how you'll get rid of any areas of the image that are colored up like that. So notice how that color was on the background image. That was not good. But yeah, I apologize for any of my rustiness with this video. It's been a little over 4 years since I've learned how to make images in GIMP or edit images in GIMP. And hopefully this video helped to teach you some basics of GIMP. I mean, it should be enough for a project, but thank you for watching, and